Hello everybody, welcome to the week 7 of our tutorials. Again, in this video we are going to solve all our tutorial questions, but we are going to discuss them even further in our actual tutorial sessions. We are going to start with our first task, and it says a perfectly competitive firm faces a price of £14 per unit. It has the following short-run cost schedule, and the short-run cost schedule that is given in your first task is currently given on the board as well. So under A, we have copy the table and put in additional rows for average cost and marginal cost at each level of output. And we are advised to enter the figures for marginal cost in the space between each column. So we are going to do that. So we have our average cost and marginal cost rows added, and our average costs are total cost divided by quantity or output. So we are technically dividing second row with the first row. So 10 divided by 0 is nothing, 18 divided by 1 is 18, 24 divided by 2 is 12, 30 divided by 3 is 10, 38 divided by 4 is just 38 quarters. Then we have 50 divided by 5, which is 10, 66 divided by 6, which is 11, 91 divided by 7, which is 13, and 120 divided by 4, which is 15. Our marginal costs are the additional cost from additional units produced. And we are advised to put that in between. So in the first instance, we have nothing because this is our first unit produced. And then we have 18 minus 10, which is 8, 24 minus 18, which is 6, 30 minus 24, which is again 6, 38 minus 30, which is 8, 50 minus 38, which is 12, 66 minus 50, which is 16, 91 minus 66, which is 25, and then 100 minus 91, which is 29. So that is tasks under A solved. Under B, we are asked to plot average cost, marginal cost, and marginal revenues on the chart, which we are going to do next. So on our x-axis, we always have quantities. On our y-axis, we have costs and revenues in this case. So we are supposed to plot average cost, marginal cost, and marginal revenue. First, okay, so first we are given the information that the firm faces a price of £14 per unit. In the perfect competition, as you learned from your lecture, price is equal to marginal revenue, which is then equal to average revenue. So since our price is 14, our average revenue and our marginal revenue are also 14. So price is equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to average revenue as well. And now we should plot also average cost and marginal cost we have the information on that from the table we calculated in the task under A. So if our output is 0, we don't have average revenues. If our output is 1, our average revenues, our average costs, not average revenues, are 18. So we have 1 and 18. If our output is 2, our average costs are 12. So we have a point here. If our output is 3, our average costs are 10. So the point is here. If our output is 4, our average costs are 9.5. So just below 10. If output is 5, our average costs are 10 again. If output is 6, our average costs are 11. If output is 7, our average costs are 13. And if output is 8, our average costs are 15. So slightly above the slide. So this is our average cost curve. Next, we are going to draw our marginal cost curve. Again, we have all the information in our table that we solved at the beginning of the exercise. With the output between 0 and 1, our marginal cost is 8. Next, our marginal cost is 6. Then we have marginal cost of 6 again. Then our marginal cost is 8 again. Then our marginal cost is 12. Next, our marginal cost is 16. Then it's 25. And finally, it is 29. So our marginal cost curve should look something like this. So that is task under B solved. Task under C asks us to mark the profit maximizing output, and profit maximizing output is the one where marginal revenues are equal to marginal cost. So that would be the point here, and the output corresponds to 5. So the profit maximizing output quantity is 5 units. Then we are asked how much supernormal profit is made at this output, so output being 5 units. So profit per unit is given by the difference between average revenue minus average costs. So in our case, our average revenue are 14. They're given by price as well. And our average cost at a quantity of 5, we have that from the table, are equal to 10. So our profit per unit would be 4. Since we are producing 5 units, our total profit would be 4 times 5, which is equal to 20. We can also mark this on a chart. So we are looking at the difference between average revenue and average cost at the output of 5. So our average revenue is this straight line in the middle. Our average cost line is here. So that would be this area, and then we look for the price here. So our supernormal profit would be A, B, C, and D. So it would be this area here on the chart. our task under E is what would happen to the price in the long run if this firm were typical of others in the industry? Why would we need to know information about long run average cost in order to give a precise answer to this question? So basically, we are going to discuss this bit of the question more in class, but essentially, if the firm is earning supernormal profit, then new firms are encouraged to enter the industry, which causes the price to fall, and then until it was equal to the minimum point of the average costs of the long run average cost curve. But as I said, we are going to discuss this into more details in the class. So this is the first task of this week. Then we have a number of other questions. So question number 2 is, if the industry under perfect competition faces a downward sloping demand curve, why does an individual firm face a horizontal demand curve? So basically, under perfect competition, you know that the firms are price takers, and their contribution of output is only small compared to the whole industry's output. So that would be the answer in a nutshell, but we are going to discuss this further in the class. Question number 3 states, if supernormal profits are competed away under perfect competition, why will firms have an incentive to become more efficient? We are again going to discuss this question more in the class, but essentially it's if the firm itself does not become efficient, other firms still might, which might still lead to the fall in prices, and firms have to. So basically, if the firms don't do it themselves, some other firms might, and they might face the consequences of the decisions of the other firms as well. But we are going to discuss this more in the class. So basically, next question is question number 4. In perfect competition, the correct answer here is A, products are homogeneous, as you already discussed in your lectures. Question number 5, in the long run in perfect competition, also this is something you discussed in your lectures, so firms are allocatively efficient. The correct answer is answer A. Question number 6, a perfectly competitive firm produces where we already discussed this, and you discussed it especially in your lecture, so marginal revenues are equal to marginal cost. The correct answer is answer C. Question number 7, a firm in perfect competition is a price taker, which means that it faces a perfectly elastic demand curve, so the correct answer would be answer B. Question number 8, a monopolist faces a downward sloping demand curve. This is also something you discussed in your lectures, so the correct answer is answer A. Question number 9, a profit maximizing monopolist produces where marginal revenue equals to marginal costs, so the correct answer is answer B. Question number 10, the marginal revenue curve in monopoly. This is something you discussed in your lectures as well. It is below the demand curve. Question number 11 states productive efficiency occurs at output where average costs are minimized. This statement is true, hence the correct answer is answer A. Question number 12, a monopolist may be allocatively inefficient if price is greater than marginal costs, so the correct answer would be answer D. Question number 13, in oligopoly, non-price competition is likely, so the correct answer is answer A, and this is something you discussed in your lectures as well. Question number 14, a quota for members of an oligopoly is a limit on the amount produced, so the correct answer would be answer A. Question number 15, in monopolistic competition, products are differentiated. This is the key to monopolistic competition, so the correct answer would be answer B. Question number 16, if a firm is making abnormal profits in the short run in the monopolistic competition, Some firms will enter the industry, shifting demand for the established firm products to the left. So the correct answer is answer C. Question number 17, which is not one of the Porter's 5 forces? The correct answer here is D, so it would be innovation. Question number 18, which is the final question of our tutorials this week, is firms are more likely to make higher profit if, correct answer here is D, rivalry is low. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial session and see you next week in class.